I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Starry Muse joins us. Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing nervous, but I am doing absolutely wonderful.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Of course. My name is Starry Muse. I am the Heavenly Harmony and your musical sultry auditorium floor boss. I am an Arium US founding streamer who mainly streams on their platform and occasionally on Twitch, and I am an active member of the Elysian Tower.
I tell you, folks, you can look at the model in the thumbnail here. That is, who put that together?
Unfortunately, I am not exactly sure because as a founding streamer, I was provided with a model, and I do not know who the art mama or papa is, so I have to reach out to staff to know, but unfortunately, I do not have that info.
Well, I will say they're very talented.
Absolutely talented.
Yes, it's a wonderful model. So, how did you get started on content creation?
Well, content creation, it actually started with one of our tower members. Her name is Renasa Thorne. She had already been streaming for a long time over on Twitch for a couple of years, and she had been reached out by a mutual friend to test out Arium, which was a new platform that came out last year in November.
Right.
She did all of the things that needed to set up, and she approached us with the opportunity to become a sort of VTubing streaming lore group. And after kind of getting into more, like the specifications, the lore, the writing, we just kind of started up from there. And I just slowly but surely started making more content. I believe since the start of this year, I've been somewhat doing things, but I debuted it on July.
So you haven't been with it for the whole time, but most of the time.
Mainly, I would say that mainly more on kind of helping on the side and kind of adding more interactive things and more written stuff for like the community. And then on July, that was when I was a lot more directly involved with more of the community itself.
Okay. Now, with that, I imagine as this got started, and we are coming up on the first year, and we did a special on it. Folks, take a look at the first year event coming up for Arium. We did a really nice special on it, and it's coming up on the 15th. Make sure that everybody is there because it's going to be something.
Absolutely wonderful.
It's mind-boggling what's going to be happening here. But so with that, you got to see, kind of the adjustments that were being made. I imagine because I know that the American audiences weren't ending up being the same as the Japanese audiences for it, so things had to be adjusted a little bit.
Yes, I believe that it was a somewhat recent thing. I believe that with one of our maintenance updates, a lot of the layout from Arium changed, and there has been a lot of new integrations, not only when it comes to like the backgrounds and whatnot. A lot of the user UI had changed. We also had a new feature of like moderation. So we've gotten a lot more things kind of like preemptively during these months. So I can definitely understand and see where there can be a difference between like Arium US and like Arium Japan, how different I would say the platform looks from each side.
Yeah. It's and again, you have to adapt and adopt and improve as you, and that's whenever you have an audience, you have to adapt to them. And
absolutely,
and
it is part of the process.
That's right. You wouldn't go to an audience that only speaks Portuguese and broadcast to them in German, because that wouldn't work. You have to adjust.
Yeah, that would not work.
That's the way it works, and a good company knows how to do that. And it looks like Arium's going to keep doing that, keep tweaking and improving, and keep adding new things to the experience. Which, by the way, how has that gone for you? Having to go in there and be in charge of not just one conversation with a group of people, but several conversations with several people at the same time?
Well, I would say that since I've already seen kind of like things with like communities when it comes to VTubing. I've never really participated in some myself,
Mm-hmm.
but from seeing them from experience and now being much more directly like involved, I can definitely understand that it is both a very peculiar experience, but it is also a very rewarding
Mm-hmm.
experience. I would say I'm someone that really thoroughly enjoys like interpersonal relationships, being very extroverted, being very social, like bonding, creating, kind of building community. That is the
Mm-hmm.
thing that I really enjoy to do. So being presented with Irium and being told that it is a platform that does not kind of have like screen share, so it's literally a model being presented directly itself into the audience itself.
Right.
It's been with that sort of thing. It's been very very interesting because I have gotten so many amazing people in my community that the experience with just talking with them and multiple people and bringing up entertainment and doing like things on like endurance streams like batsus lore streams, like much more interactive things. It's an experience that is full very very rewarding, but it's also like, wow, I get to like speak with so many people at the same time, and I get to share all my ideas and all my concepts, and I can find other streamers that have those like those same ideas or the same inspirations, and it's it's wild. I would say it's a very fun experience.
Well, with this format that Arium has, the people who are coming to your streams are definitely coming for the personality of the person running them.
Hmm.
Not exactly, you could have somebody who tunes in on a Twitch or some other type of stream for the game they're playing first, and then maybe not they come back depending on how they like it. Here they're coming directly for the personality, and they're staying for the
Hmm.
personality and coming back
Exactly.
over and over again. So now that you've got, once you experience that, is that a incentive to keep going? How do you take that sort of thing?
Well, considering that it's something that I have personally never really experienced in terms of like like the streaming of that almost like that 1v1 sort of thing,
Right.
it's it definitely for me as someone that really enjoys conversation,
Uh-huh.
it really does kind of give me this incentive to just keep on like streaming, conversing with other people,
Mhm.
gushing about different things. It's almost like a push forward
Mhm.
of, hey, you have this really big community and they're not staying here for like the content. They're, well, obviously some of them are, but they're staying because of the personality, who the streamer is, the way that they direct themselves to their audience, and kind of how that sort of like not only image but also that very kind of character is made, I would
Mhm.
say, as well.
Yeah.
For me, it's just in a lot of ways it's like a gift that keeps on like giving, and in other times it's like, wow, I have to be like I have to be so like centered and super focused because I really want to, I don't want to miss any detail. I want to direct myself to the audience. I really want to have like fun conversing with every single person. And I try to like go back with like messages and whatnot to see like what other people have to say and try to kind of sparse myself like everywhere at once.
Well, some people come on and say that they weren't particularly weren't very social folks, very successfully
Mhm.
social folks coming in, and streaming has allowed them to kind of expand their horizons a little bit as far as that goes. But you're saying that you were already kind of that way before you even started.
Yes, I am just in very much in general a very social person.
Mm.
Um, I've I have had instances where I have been able to strike a conversation with like 10 people in a room. I have gone really speaking with other people like in the malls. I have like socialized with classmates and like in the past. Like I already know community and conversation a lot. So in a way, this was like, oh, I get to do this. I'm already kind of used to it. And since kind of aside but also similar, I also play tabletop games. So
Ah.
the interactiveness between like dungeon master and then player, there's already that sort of like dynamic and like conversation and that sort of interaction with people.
Oh, well, yeah, you have to. In fact, if
Hmm.
if
Yes.
you're The one thing you definitely have to do as a player is to try to irritate the dungeon master as much as possible.
Oh, absolutely. And ask as many questions as possible to throw them off and derail the plot line. That is
That's
the
right.
number one thing you must always do.
Absolutely, and whatever do something to throw off all of their traps at once.
At once. And always tell them there is a door. Do not tell them if it's magical or not. Let them find out.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We, when I played it as a kid, it was one book of the D&D, and it was we didn't have 25 million classes to choose from. It
Oh.
was just I had a cleric, and by golly, he was a cleric. But
My first character was actually a cleric as well.
yeah, yeah, it I enjoyed it quite a bit, and we had unfortunately one of for the dungeon master. Not only did he have me to deal with, but one of my friends who has an IQ of about 25,000 was was also in the
Oh.
group. So he
Oh,
yeah he was the one who was calculating things, and I was being a misfit at the time. And one of the things we did to upset him was carry a dead body around, and we
oh no.
because he always set up traps in every room. So we'd throw the body in the room, set off the trap.
That's both that's both very messed up, but also like, you know, it's smart. It's bad, but it's smart.
Oh, he was so mad.
I
he,
love to
he had all these things set up, and we're just setting off the traps left and right, getting all the gold, and
getting every single goal and
yeah,
all of those quests done, and the
it,
player just being
yeah.
so
He
irritated.
just seething back there. It's a good. Well, I mean, I don't think I could have handled being a dungeon master because, especially with those guys, because they're all jerks, just like me.
I think it's not only the I think it's also the I would like to say that I have had my like my jerk characters. I've also had my like either my dumb, my mean, my stupid, my very flamboyant characters, very
Yes,
extravagant.
yes,
But I guess it also doubts down as to how not only those little misfits moments happen, but also like what happens when all of a sudden this comedy aspect gets like really serious, and the person that was being super irritated all of a sudden is doing like this intense monologue for like 5 to 10 minutes, and you just can't help but wonder where did this come from.
oh yeah, 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 and to see the dungeon master when you start getting near one of his major things he's put into a dungeon, he's kind of sitting there rocking back and forth and hopping, and it's like, okay,
It's
something.
like waiting, like, come on, almost there, almost there.
We're gonna grab all those dead bodies and throw them all in the room.
Just throw them all in there. Let's see what happens, one after the other.
Then we'll set them on fire and see if that does anything.
Oh, careful with that fire damage.
now, now and back then it was mostly run around and gelatinous cubes was gonna come after you. So lots
One
of
of my one of my first monsters was a gelatinous cube, and we had no idea.
what am I supposed to do with this? Well, you're trapped, so basically you're going to run through and lose all your armor. That's what you're gonna do.
One of our players did not go head first. They put a finger first. They lost a finger.
No.
They tried to touch it.
That was the one that rolled the low intelligence, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Definitely a fighter, probably barbarian. That one.
Actually, I'm very, very sure. I think it was a magic caster.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those magicians with a 12 intelligence. Can only get one spell.
Only one thing. They only know like one spell, and it's like their most common spell.
That's
And
right.
it's like, it's what I'm good at. It's what I'm good at. It's the one thing I know.
Otto's dance. That's what I got. Otto's dance. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, those irresistible dance. They
Yes.
always make everybody dance. Oh,
Just cast it in the middle of nowhere. Everybody dance. Yeah, we were always trying to roll for. he had an old Texas Instruments computer. This is like 1983.
Oh.
So it, the
Oh.
the only thing it could do, because the screen wasn't very big, it really couldn't play
Oh.
games. But he actually had a program that would roll D&D characters,
Ooh.
which of course we would always roll for a fighter with 18 strength or a magic user with psionics.
Oh.
So we just keep roll until something comes up. Eventually it did,
It
But
the curse of the dice when you get all low rolls. No, that's when you start crying. You know, when you
oh,
start praying.
oh yeah, yeah. I guess the one that always got me was I'd always end up with an endurance of like 6.
Ooh.
I
Ooh,
tripped over
that's
a
rough.
rock and I died again.
If the wind blows on you just a little too hard and you're
Yes,
already on the ground. Oh my
yes. I snapped in half. Okay,
god, poor thing.
someone help me. Well, I had a Commodore 64, and we had the D&D Gold Label games for the Commodore 64,
Ooh.
which was you had a party of 6, and you went through dungeons, original dungeons on it, and it was I played that until the discs wouldn't load anymore. Um,
Wow. That's commitment. That's
yeah,
absolute commitment.
especially because you could take a finished party and start over with those stats and everything you had.
Really?
Yeah, so I had guys who were double classed up to the highest possible on both classes, and carrying uh, carrying all the wands that you possibly could have. They were all just walk through the first part of it, just hit a button, and everybody was dying.
Oh, the boy.
But you could actually carry them on to the next game, and we did it that way. But um, I don't see those games around at all anymore. But it was a lot of fun
Yeah.
back then. But you can
That
take
it really does sound really fun. I don't think I've ever seen something like that before.
yeah, and all those games you can take now that are doing the RPG and role playing. All of those go to Dungeons and Dragons. There's just no
Hmm.
without D&D, those games don't happen. At
Hmm.
least the way they are now.
D&D really influenced a lot of tabletop games and has
Oh yeah,
provided a lot of content throughout the years. It
yeah,
has expanded, it has provided a lot of different things. So
yeah,
it is very much a very big factor
yeah.
when it comes to, all that fantasy tabletop setting.
Oh, absolutely. And it actually, the same people, SSL, I believe it is, came up with a Buck Rogers space game with the same engine.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good for the time. I mean, heck, it was a Commodore 64. You're not going to get, you get the graphics you get with it.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately you get what you get, unfortunately.
Yeah, but for the time, it was pretty cool. Nowadays, you have more power on the ring you're wearing on your on your finger than
Oh, 100%.
than in that. But so, what other tabletop games do you do besides D&D?
Wow, there's so many. I am a active player of Pathfinder. I love Pathfinder.
Okay,
I used to play I believe it was, I don't remember if it was Starfinder as well. Um, Cyberpunk Red Core.
okay,
I'm going to soon play Delta Green. I have played Candela Obscura, I think it's called.
yeah.
Um, I think I've played this one tabletop game that I have forgotten the name, but I know that you don't necessarily roll your dice for combat. You basically describe out your scene.
Oh,
Um, it's a very specific game, but I believe that I did forget the name, unfortunately. But
oh,
it was a very specific sort of like game. It
it's
was very fun though. It's a very very fun game.
it's great to see that that's still around in the computer age. That people will still show up in person and do these games.
No, yeah, there's a lot of just like variety when it comes to different games. Like
Yeah.
example, one of my favorite adventure books or like source books for like Dungeons and Dragons. I can assure you, I have played this 3 to 4 times. I have still not finished it. Um, Castle Ravenloft, Curse of Strahd. It is my
Oh,
absolute favorite, and I will hopefully finish this game one day. But it is my absolute favorite.
but when you finish it, will you be sad?
Oh, I know I'm gonna be 100% sad, but it'll be so worth it because the idea of being able to officially finish a Curse of Strahd game where I have completed the majority of what I have lost,
Yeah.
I think is a very, very like it will be very bittersweet, but it will still be a very fulfilling experience for sure.
It will be a medal you'll wear proudly.
Oh, 100%. I even have a friend of mine even gifted me a little figure of Strahd, actually.
Oh,
Uh, and I actually have him in the back of where my closet is because I just kind of keep him there. And my friend also bought the actual box for the game, so it
oh,
comes with the maps, the tarot cards, like everything itself, and it comes in
wow.
the shape of a coffin, where
Ah,
inside you see a paper with Strahd himself, and in the back is his full character sheet with stats and everything.
wow. Wow, yeah, oh man.
The
Back
whole thing.
when I was younger, we had the Avalon Hill games, and
Ooh.
a lot of those were not of that type. They were more like tanks and battles and stuff, and so many little bits and pieces that by the time you set it up, you had to tear it back down again and go to bed. I'm
Oh wow.
like, here I'm setting up the Battle of the Bulge. Well, now it's time for sleep. Okay,
Oh, now we.
put it all away. Let's start again tomorrow. Um,
Well,
I,
well, time to
yeah,
restart.
time for bed. But that was one of the problems. Do these have a lot of moving parts and things you have to put together, or is it something that you don't need to have a whole you know bevy of items to work with,
Oh, as in like the oh my god,
like the
the box
gameplay?
itself,
Yeah,
like the game
well,
itself.
like they don't have a lot of pieces that you have to keep together and set out before you start.
No, yeah, there's not a lot of like things and whatnot. I would say there is some like a lot of like pieces that you can't use, but it's more so like I wouldn't call it simple, but it's kind of made for its like sort of game, if kind of that makes sense.
Well, that does make sense. Yeah, yeah. Any of those games ported over to a computer that you play?
I believe that I had seen something about Castle Ravenloft, but I never got the chance to. However, I do play, which is technically one of my favorite games. I do play Baldur's Gate 3,
Oh yeah,
which is I 100%. I have had too many hours in that game, and getting the experience of just that in a sort of game that I can play for hours upon hours and still find something new is probably one of the best things ever.
but would you say that's your comfort game?
It's not a comfort. It is one of comfort game, but I would say it's more of my I'm so invested in this sort of like story and dynamic sort of game. I
Yeah.
have a lot of different other comfort games, but that one, but just ever since I got it, it became my utter obsession, and I just kept on playing it and playing it.
Yeah, but if you ever 100%ed it,
Unfortunately, no, because I have yet to finish one of my runs, and I have yet to fully get into the game since I've been a little bit busy on certain ends. But
yeah.
it is in my sights to 100% complete the game. It is the motivation is there. I can assure you of that.
By the time you get there, they'll have come out with a couple of DLCs for it, and you'll have to add those on.
I pray. Actually, I pray that is the truth.
Well, a lot of these games now are doing that. They're relying more on the add-ons than coming up with another game. I mean, it makes more sense for people if people really like Baldur's Gate 3 and you add on to that game rather than take a risk and come out with Baldur's Gate 4 that plays a different type of game and people might not like. Stick
Oh, I can 100% agree. I believe there was this one game. I think that I heard that um it was like a gift that one of my actual comfort games. I can technically use as an example.
Yeah.
Um Stardew Valley.
Yes.
Stardew Valley, I believe, was a game that for a bit there was like nothing, and all of a sudden the biggest like drop of an update was like put on the game itself, and
Yes.
people were like, they could have done like this as a DLC. They could have done this to like a different game, and they just dropped it one random day,
Yep.
did like that, and that was it. And then all of a sudden, so much more content, so much more like opportunities, like items and whatnot. So a
I
lot of
have.
companies do that, which is amazing. So it's
Uh,
rather always nice to like stick what you got, improve it. And
yeah.
if you think, it's solid and whatnot, it's always, good to start something new. But hey, if you have something you want to dedicate yourself to, like pour that heart and energy into it, I swear.
I have over 30 Stardew Valley saves.
I'm trying to complete one of mine and I have not been able. I'm trying to commit to finish the community center. I think I have like 4 to 5 items left, and it is the one
Oh.
of the very late, like 2 to 3 years, sort of like late like
Oh.
items. And I'm so close to finishing it, and I have not touched the game in so long.
Dare I say red cabbage?
No, I already got red cabbage. I
Oh.
believe it was I think it was the dragon egg and like the other stuff, sort of things.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got really really far into that game.
Wow. Yeah, I've finished it several times now, but I keep going back.
Nice.
And I haven't done
And
anything since the latest update they had about a year ago because I like
oh,
to do other things. I would,
yep, listen, there's so much to do, but it's like I also have other things, but I will always gravitate back to you.
yeah, I mean, I've done a few interviews since then. That takes up a little time.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes a little bit
yeah.
of time.
But it,
Just a tad bit.
I mean, and as soon as my wife hears the music start up, she knows what's happening, and she knows that I'm not going to be able to do anything for a good few days.
Oh, I 100% understand that.
Yeah,
My friends see me like pop into Stardew Valley and they're like, "Oh, there she goes, going off to her little adventures."
yep, yep, yep. She's going to the island, folks. She's going to the island.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah,
Oh, good luck to her.
yeah. Good luck to that. Oh, isn't it just absolutely awful when you miss a crop for the thing, and you got to wait 2 years?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Oh,
Oh, well, I mean, technically, there is also the greenhouse that you can technically do that question mark. I'm not exactly
yeah.
sure.
You can get there still without doing it, but the and then you miss a recipe.
Oh,
Uh,
I've had that happen. I've had that happen. I missed a recipe by complete accident, and I was in shambles because I'm like, oh, I have to repeat this
yes,
again next year. Oh,
yes, yes, and it's one that never shows up on the reruns. And you just go, oh no.
hmm like, oh, I have to wait. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I guess I'll wait.
yeah. In the meantime, you've got all this stuff. The only thing you need to finish is that.
Mhm. It's
Yeah.
like the completion run will persist, but at what cost?
Yes. All right. Now you got to answer. Who do you marry?
Ooh, ooh. Hmm. God, that is a really, really difficult question. I have
Yeah.
not had the pleasure of going through the different routes, so I actually can't give you a solid answer to that.
Yeah.
Um, Although there is like a couple that I'm eyeing. My first girl, because it was the first time playing the game,
Yeah.
I went for Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was kind of leaning more into what was his name? It was Harvey, and then it was someone else that I forgot their name.
Was it
And Elliot, I believe.
Sebastian? Se-
So Sebastian is one that I have gotten my eyes on,
uh,
but like I feel like I've gravitated towards other characters.
uh, Now I usually end up with Maru.
Maru, oh, she's such a sweetie. I love her so much.
Yeah. Yeah. There's reasons for that, but I'm not going to spoil it. Ah,
No, do not spoil at all.
I'm
I
not.
would love to know in my own
I'm
time,
not gonna
but
not gonna
I
spoil
can
it.
already know. I can already imagine.
Not gonna spoil it at all. But in trying to find all those freaking artifacts. Ugh,
Oh, the artifacts are probably the most difficult thing about the game.
ugh.
Probably one of the most difficult, considering that it is a journey, and you have to dig and find and mine, and you have to travel, and it can be hellish. But when you find one and you're like, oh, finally it applies, it's like, okay, I'm closer to the finish line.
Yes, you start breathing again.
Yes, you start exactly. It start with like, okay, finally.
For some people, it's always a certain item that they can't find when they go through the game. There's like a
I get that. I think one of mine is one of the scrolls.
mm,
I think it's the. I don't remember if it was the
yeah.
dwarvish
There's
scroll.
scrolls. Yeah.
One of the scrolls.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing like one to two
Oh.
left, and I have not found them yet.
Oh. Mm,
Yep.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
I know the same. Please, I
I'm
must find in my own time. I
mm,
must. I must.
I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna do it. Nope. 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 You're gonna enjoy. You'll find it and you'll enjoy it once you
Oh,
do.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I have a feeling that I know what it will unlock because there is still a creature that I cannot talk with yet. So I would like to assume that when I get that and when I have everything, something will happen there. And I pray I am right because if I am not, I will be very sad.
Not
I will
saying
be very,
nothing.
very sad.
Zip, zip the lip. I'm not gonna
Lip,
tell you.
lips sealed. Lips
Yes,
sealed. I
yes,
I do this on my own and I pray.
yes. So, when you go into the mines, what do you bring with you?
Hmm. Ooh, who do I bring with me?
Yeah, what do you log? What do you carry with you in your backpack?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. I personally, I think I've always had this one meal like with me. I
Hmm.
don't particularly remember what it was, but I know that every time that I went, I was always stacked up with, like, your set of bombs that
Hmm.
you need, in order to like keep climbing down.
Oh yeah.
I know that of course like either I think it was the not only the I think it was the big bombs, the ones that I often got.
Hmm.
Um I always went for coffee whenever I troubleshot coffee whenever I have to go like fast and like move quickly.
Oh yeah.
I even think I even went for very basic foods because when you kind of like read through the a lot of the descriptions, they would give you like a lot more energy than
Hmm.
like other ones. So I
Right.
would often just go for their basic meals,
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was like carrots or corn or bread or something.
Yeah.
I would often carry that. So I was like organizing by bombs, by like the magical items that I had on me,
Hmm.
and like any other sort of equipment that I thought was like necessary for it. But I think my go-to one, I had it in my head actually. I know it was one of it was one of the winter to fall fruits that gave a lot of energy, and I don't particularly recall which one it was.
Oh, the winter fruits. The
Yeah, the winter fruits. The
yeah,
winter fruits. I believe it was one of them that gave me like a lot of energy for me to survive
the
on.
one that you find out on foraging.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think it was that one.
Since you already know
It's a
that,
very,
I'll say
very
that's a
reliable.
good one.
It's very, very reliable, honestly.
Yes, there's another one too that I'm not going to tell you. So, but it's out there to find, and you can find it pretty easy actually. There's a lot of things. The bombs are just, if you don't go in there with bombs, you're not going to get anything done.
Yeah, I have in my time of playing Stardew Valley, I have unfortunately come to the realizations bombs are a lot more needed than you think.
Oh yes,
They will help you clear out spaces like there is no tomorrow.
that's right.
And it is better when you're going into I think it was the Skull Cavern, I think it was.
Hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have still not gotten to
You
this
absolutely.
part. I got super close, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, yeah. You'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it.
One day.
Yeah. It's And when you do find the game, one thing about this game is that once you do finally get there and get the thing out of the way, you're like, oh, okay. And you probably, next time you play it, you probably just swing right through
I hope so. I hope so.
it. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
I think I do know one thing about like what the end is.
Yeah.
I think I do know one detail, but in case if when someone sees says that they don't want spoilers, I also won't say anything just in
Yes.
case.
Yep. Yeah. The end is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I will say
Very,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that, and it takes a while. It will take a
Oh
while.
yeah.
Good, but yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that. It's with being on Irium. I've seen some folks um, do gameplays while being on Irium and kind of having the game in one place and streaming on Irium in the other place because it's faster feedback, I guess.
Hmm.
So it shows you how many people are still um, finding things to do with Ethereum,
No, yeah,
stretching that
specifically
envelope.
because of the such a low latency
Mm-hmm.
that Ethereum has, it will not have the same like reaction time example for like on Twitch.
Right.
Like a lot of the time, your conversations on Ethereum will be within seconds, and on Ethereum on Twitch, it will take a little bit. But it's how part of how the system works. But for
Yeah.
viewers on Ethereum, I would love to know. Example, if I'm like playing a very specific game, if I'm doing like a botsu, if I'm doing like artwork, like Twitch is a very good platform, to show that in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always nice to see like people that are on Arium also hopping into Twitch to kind of like look at it, and some people who just stay on Arium to just have the conversation going, just kind of have a background noise.
Are you doing artwork on streams?
I don't remember if I have done a art stream yet. I think I have. I need to do so. No, I think I did. I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mainly focus more on like more on since my streaming group we do like a lot of like lore days
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of like like interactive community very kind of non-linear like episodic storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
We're really into that very specific like showing off all of our lore videos, all of our our content, all of that. So it's very nice to kind of also off like games
Yeah.
all of this lore and information, and it's also like directing conversation on Arium, which it'll be a much more faster.
So how what does it do? How much does it take to come up with one of those lore videos?
It really depends. It really depends because since I am in a streaming group of 3 people,
Uh-huh.
all of us collectively grab our sort of information and lore and compile them into kind of like different sections of like how can we divide this, how can we explain how the tower works, how do we explain how magic works, how do we explain what happens when you get a fan badge, like integrating not only area mechanics aspects but also lore aspects. So
Mm-hmm.
it can take a while.
Yeah.
We usually like to do that at the start of every month. At the first of each month, we've been doing this lately.
Yeah.
Every first of a month, we will drop individually a lore video, which is a floor memory,
Mm-hmm.
and we will drop one collective video that is a tower memory, which is all 3 of us in one video.
Oh, that takes some work. That
It
takes
is a
some
lot
work.
of work. It is a lot of work, but we try to make do. We record, we script, we record, and we try to do our own videos as best as we can.
Wow. So what's the name of the group?
It is the Elysian Tower.
Oh yes, yes. And go if you want to give them a shout, go right ahead.
No, of course. It's just I actually have my Elysian Tower members are compiled of my members Rinasa Thorn and Katsutoshi Norisuke.
Mm-hmm.
Rinasa Thorn is the garden floor boss, and she is the Royal Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And Katsutoshi Norisuke is the wayward warden of the city floor of the Elysian Tower.
There you go.
Is it okay if I give like a little bit of information of the Elysian Tower?
Please do. That's why we're here.
Of course. The Elysian Tower is a interactive lore and voice acting VTuber group that we kind of interact with integrated mechanics of Irium's fan badges in order to resolve like mysteries, unlock pieces of lore in forms of like videos posted online, uncover secrets of the tower, kind of like a visual novel that involves a place where game bosses and adventures exist in. We are known to be a self-established group and have been known in the Starry Muse community for having one of the most, I would say, cohesive lore as a group, and our kind of interconnectivity with our shared community of adventurers. That is how we call our collective community, as well as kind of non-linear episodic storytelling. So we're really involved when it comes to we make lore based on not only your decisions, but also the collectiveness of earning a fan badge, getting all of those stars collective, and seeing what you can unlock with the stars that you have collected, and it kind of equivalents to getting like lore videos, lore bits, more information, more interactiveness, more opportunities to uncover more things, as if you're reading a visual novel and you get like points, and you can use those points to, uncover more and more things about the Elysian Tower.
Oh, cool. That's using your noodle there. That's
Yeah.
really that's taking it to the next level. Levels, I should say. This tower's got more than one level. And so really, you've really taken it and just multiplied it by a lot here. But what you're able to do with it, that's really innovative. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, we've had a lot of instances where we've kind of like actually gotten information that we have shared with different people, and we have used like example, the Iron fan badges are there. It's kind of like collective where you can get mana. Mana, is the kind of accumulative point where you can use like magic.
Right.
When you use kind of that accumulative stuff, you can either use magic to quote unquote fight the bosses, or you kind of stick around to see what other things you can uncover from each floor. Because yes, each floor is different. We all have kind of like our in a very exaggerated word, I would say, not exactly. It's kind of like a slightly tiny pocket dimension for each like floor boss, as if we're all villains, and all of this is like our domain or something, and we kind of have control over what happens inside. But we are a kind of collective group. We all kind of like move as one.
Wow. I mean, that is, for all of you to come up with something like that. Why don't you have a game set up with this? And I
would say it's probably because that would take a really long time.
Yeah.
But we also want to really I would say, like, as someone who enjoys a lot of like that sort of like adding more details, being a very very big storyteller. I would say it's more of so like I would love to have like a visual novel game of this. We have dreamt of making our potential own visual novel game, but I would say it's more so like getting a lot of information that we can compile into something that we can probably do as like, I don't know, like something on a much more professional level. I think that would be genuinely amazing, and the opportunities for making things that are equivalent to like Irium stuff example, how we can translate that into a game, what mechanics we can use, how the floor bosses would look and whatnot. So I would say the idea and the opportunity of wanting to have a visual novel game is absolutely there. It's just that it would take a lot of time, a lot of patience, and unfortunately a lot of money. But we really really do want to go there eventually one day.
Well, it's all there. I mean, you certainly got the creativity for it, and it's interesting you talk about storytelling, because Irium really sets itself up for that. It's right there for you to weave a tale for everybody, and this is another one of those examples where opportunity meets idea at the right time.
No, yeah, it's like you have this opportunity to because all three of us were founding streamers.
Yeah.
All of us started in Irium. Like Rinasa started in February. Katsutoshi started in June, and I started in July.
Yeah.
I timed my 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 pre-debut and my debut. I actually timed them to two specific days so that it would line up to lore aspects. So it becomes a lot more of a definitely outside of Irium, much more interactive experience. The day that I chose to do a pre-debut was the beginning of the summer solstice.
Ah,
And the day that I debuted was Pandemonium Day.
okay.
And it's interactive with the lore that I have as a character, because in my character, uh, I am a very I can be seen as a very chaotic character,
Hmm.
who generally she loves her community and like the people, like my community name are called Starlights.
Right.
Starlights have a very specific form, and she generally really enjoys just bonding with all of the Starlights, all of the adventures that come in, but she can be definitely seen as a very big troublemaker a lot of times. So, and since she has a lot of aspects that have to do with like, like the stars, the like the moon, the sky, the sun, and all whatnot, I wanted to correlate it with the summer solstice because, something something, the sun is the biggest star,
Right.
in the whole galaxy, and
Yeah.
Pandemonium Day because it is the day that you can embrace your own chaos. So I
Mm.
literally grabbed both days so that it could also add to our like lore experience and like adding more information for all of our like our viewers community and whatnot to kind of play around with.
Boy, folks, if you didn't listen to that description and realize that we were talking with one of the more creative people we've ever talked with, it's really something. I mean, that is, and to know that how much you're enjoying it, and how and it's you can tell by the detail and the excitement that you have when bringing it across. Um, you got to check out what Starry Muse and the folks at the tower are doing. It's I'm going to do it myself. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what's going on.
You can actually check a lot of our stuff on Twitter. We have already posted a couple of videos.
Mm,
We have our own little kind of like official account on Twitter, and all individually we have our own Twitter account. So if you actually go through them, you might be able to see a little bit of details about each floor box and what sort of what kind of people they were before they arrived to the
yeah.
tower, and what sort of lives they lived before they kind of became this sort of group thing. Because yes, all of them had lives outside of this tower,
Mm.
and then they arrived here, and slowly but surely you'll understand why and how that happened.
I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway.
It's a lot of information, but I can assure you, you will have a lot of fun.
Well,
Like if anybody would love to check it, I would 100% be like super grateful. And I just know that we have a lot of things planned and we will continue to do more. And I have a lot of ideas in the future that I hope to, share with the tower and share with other people that I think is going to capture a lot of people's attention.
well, please do not hold back because as I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun talking with you. I'm really glad you came on. We're going to have links to some things that you described in the description for the video. Check out Starry Muse on Irium and the links that we have here. Thank you so much for coming on. Absolutely brilliant talking with you.
Oh, no, of course. Thank you so much for having me. And I really am very appreciative and grateful for the experience. Like I was very excited and nervous to be here. So getting to, converse with you and kind of have this experience was absolutely rewarding. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.